The main character of the story is Yuuto, a Japanese schoolboy who is transported back to ancient times, and he helps the people here with the knowledge he has on his phone. Yuuto is currently the chief. Yuuto had set up a formation that used long spears so that before the enemy could get close to his troops, they were instantly killed by spears. Beside Yuuto there is always a sworn sister as well as his bodyguard named Felicia, and a loyal female general who specializes in changing cavalry named Sigrun. After being defeated by the Wolf clan, the head of the Horn clan named Linnea was captured by Yuuto, and he asked Linnea to become his adopted sister. Fearing that Yuuto would send an army to slaughter the Horn clan city, Linnea quickly agreed to his proposal, and the Horn clan would now also be under the control of the Wolf clan. After his victory, Yuuto was greeted like a hero by everyone in the Wolf clan, and whenever he stood inside the Wolf clan's temple Yuuto would be able to call home, so he often went there to call his girlfriend Mitsuki in the modern world. The next morning, Felicia and Sigrun went to Yuuto's room to wake him up for breakfast, and Felicia praised the mill he made for being of great help to the people. Right after that, they went to the weapons forge of a female blacksmith named Ingrid, and it seemed that she had feelings for Yuuto just like the other two girls. Yuuto and Linnea had to cut their blood and swear to officially become brothers and sisters, and Linnea begged Yuuto to treat the people of the Horn clan as well as he treated the Wolf clan. Suddenly, they received news that the Claw clan sent troops to attack the Horn clan, and Yuuto offered to send the Wolf clan's troops to rescue the Horn clan since the Horn clan is currently under Wolf clan control. Yuuto quickly commanded everyone to lead the army to rescue the Horn clan. In the days that followed, Sigrun repeatedly led cavalrymen to harass the Claw clan's barracks. When the time came, Yuuto led the Wolf clan's army to confront the Claw clan, and his formation easily blocked the enemy's advance. But the leader of the Claw clan discovered that the weak point of this formation was on the flanks. The chief of the Claw clan led a cavalry squad to attack the left flank of the Wolf clan, and with his superior strength he easily penetrated their formation, so Sigrun had to appear. Show up to stop him. The chief of the Claw clan is also a very powerful person, so Sigrun had a lot of trouble confronting him. But she still managed to defeat him with a fatal slash from her katana, and the entire Claw clan army surrendered after their leader was defeated. When the war is over, Linnea suddenly asks Yuuto to marry her, and her goal is to merge the Wolf clan and the Horn clan together, as she considers herself not enough talented to lead the Horn clan. However, Yuuto refused Linnea's proposal, and he asked Felicia to help him stop Linnea's marriage. They held a party to celebrate their victory over the Claw clan's invasion, and Felicia tried to get close to Yuuto to make Linnea feel jealous. The party was interrupted when a guy named Steinpor suddenly appeared. And when he realized he was the leader of the Lightning clan, the guards tried to stop him, but he broke everyone's weapons with a light snap of his fingers. Sigrun also sensed that Steinpor was an extremely powerful person, and he gallantly stepped in front of Yuuto to provoke him, but when he saw that Yuuto was too tough, he quickly left. Party. Yuuto went to visit the city to monitor the people's trade, and he accidentally saw a poor mother and daughter pair being sold in the slave market, so he bought the two of them. They went back to work in the palace. As soon as they returned to the palace, a pair of twins asked to see Yuuto, and they were the daughters of the Claw clan chief. The blue-haired sister is named Christina, and the purple-haired sister is named Albertina. According to the two children, they were sent here by their father to ask to marry Yuuto, but Yuuto didn't want to get married so he adopted them as his own. Yuuto and the girls visited an agricultural village in the Horn clan's territory, and Christina and Albertina used wind magic to make their chariot move faster. Yuuto sent someone to this city to teach the people how to do rotational farming, and crop rotation is about growing a variety of agricultural products on a single field, instead of just growing a single fruit tree. However, the people didn't want to follow suit, because they didn't believe in Yuuto's new way of doing things, so he asked Linnea to help him convince the people. And as the head of the Horn clan, the people quickly heeded Linnea's call. That night, Linnea went to Yuuto's room to seduce him. But he flatly refused Linnea's temptation, and revealed that he had a lover waiting in his hometown, Mitsuki. Linnea was still determined not to give up until Yuuto was over, and their conversation was interrupted when Felicia ran over with an urgent message. According to Felicia, Steinpor led his army to fight the Wolf clan, and he was so strong that he was able to destroy a castle alone, so since he became the leader, the Lightning clan has never lost any match. The next day, Yuuto led his army to face Steinpor's army. And the fighting had just begun, when the Lightning clan's troops were shot down a lot by the Wolf clan's troops, because the Wolf Clan's troops were all equipped with more modern bows and crossbows than the Lighting Clan's. However, Steinfor realized that their crossbows took a long time to reload, so he ordered the entire army to continue charging forward, but his army was continued to be stopped by the formation of the Wolf Clan. Yuuto had signaled Sigrun to lead a cavalry team to raid the enemy's right flank, but a Steinfor general had guessed the intention, so he led an interceptor to intercept Sigrun's cavalry. Sigrun was still stronger, so she easily defeated the enemy general, but Steinfor appeared in time to save her hero's life. And after fighting with Steinfor for a while, Sigrun quickly withdrew because he was too strong. Steinfor rushed straight into the Wolf Clan's formation, and with just a few swings of his hammer, the Wolf Clan's formation was quickly disbanded. After witnessing Steinfor's extraordinary strength, Yuuto quickly ordered a retreat. And they had to cross a river to escape from Steinfor's pursuit, but he still caught up with them across the river. Yuuto ordered Felicia and his other generals to stay behind to hold Steinfor, and after a brief battle with him they all fell to his power, but they quickly withdrew. Retreat because their mission is only to keep him. Immediately after, a flood suddenly flowed from upstream, and it swept away all of his troops. Turns out Yuuto had Linnea build a dam upstream, and he faked defeat to lure Steinfor to chase him all the way to the riverbank, and then let someone else release water from upstream when he and the Lighting Clan passed the river. This river. Despite his severe injuries, Steinfor was lucky to escape the flood just now, and he recognized the victor in this battle as Yuuto. After the battle with the Lightning Clan, Yuuto returned to the daily routine of a clan, and he and the girls went on a trip to a hot spring to relax. Returning to the city after relaxing at the hot springs, Yuuto showed the craftsmen how to make glass. And the economy of the Wolf Clan has grown tremendously thanks to the items made from them. The slave girl brought back to the palace by Yuuto was named Einherjar, and she was arranged by him for a suitable job in the palace. After talking with Einherjar for a while, Yuuto suddenly came up with an idea to increase the country's talents, and that was to open a free school for all children in the tribe. Yuuto recalled the time when he was just summoned to this world by Felicia, and he used to be very close to Felicia's older brother named Lopter. However, the father of the two cousins was also the previous patriarch, but gave the throne to Yuuto, because he saw his talent and qualities. Lopter felt jealous about that, so he attacked Yuuto. But the patriarch stood to block that attack for him, and he immediately died from his injuries, and Lopter had to flee the village for the crime of harming his father. However, Lopter was now the patriarch of the Panther clan, and Yuuto had received word that he was leading a large cavalry force to attack the Wolf Clan. Yuuto had led the entire army to the battlefield against Lopter, and his cavalry force quickly appeared and charged at his army. But they were easily defeated because the Wolf Clan's bow and crossbow team now fired faster. Lopter continued to encircle Yuuto's army with all of his cavalry, intending to overwhelm them from all sides so that bows and crossbows could not shoot his troops. However, Yuuto's army lined up the crates to form a barrier around them. And it turned out that those crates were mobile walls that had been prepared in advance, so Lopter's cavalry could only run around outside and was continuously shot down by Yuuto's army. Seeing that the situation didn't look right, Lopter ordered his sorceress to cast a spell on his soldiers. And all of his soldiers quickly became painless war maniacs. The Wolf Clan's mobile wall was quickly knocked down by Lopter's army, and Lopter rushed towards Yuuto to attack him, but Felicia stopped her brother. Even so, Lopter insisted on slashing his sister as well, so Yuuto blocked his attack with his sword to protect her. Soon after, Sigrun led an army of camels to support Yuuto, and all of Lopter's cavalry had to quickly retreat because horses were afraid of the smell of camels. It's been some time since the battle. The first school Yuuto opened has officially opened, and he also sent Einherjar to this school, but it seems that she is being bullied by the other students in the class boycotted. Albertina, along with Christina, also applied to join this class to investigate the problem. And according to Albertina, on the first day of school, Yuuto only cared about Einherjar, making the other female students feel jealous, so they ostracized her. A red-haired girl is the leader in the boycott of Einherjar, so Albertina decides to become the new leader of the class to deal with this. In the days that followed, Albertina quickly became the focus and idol of the class, and everyone quickly forgot about the red-haired girl to run after Albertina. However, while the red-haired girl was feeling abandoned, Einherjar started a conversation with her, and the red-haired girl opened her heart and befriended Einherjar. Yuuto went to Ingrid's blacksmith shop to ask her to make some items for him. And when she learned that Yuuto wanted to ask me to give Felicia a birthday present, she was very angry, because she didn't like Yuuto asking me to give her as a gift to another girl. The next day, Yuuto realized his mistake, so he gave Ingrid a gift, and she quickly forgave him and made up with him. In Japan right now, a classmate of Mitsuki's introduced her to her cousin. Since this cousin is a famous historian, Mitsuki hopes to be able to find more clues about the world Yuuto was in. After returning home, Mitsuki told the story to Yuuto, and coincidentally, when he stepped into a bar, he met Princess Lifa, who would later become the heir to the Asgard Empire. Yuuto had invited Princess Lifa to his palace as a guest, and they knew that she possessed an extremely powerful source of magical power. Yuuto asked Lifa how he could find his way back to modern-day Earth, and Lifa stated that only Lopter's sorceress can help him return home, as she has the ability to dispel all the magic, even the magic that summoned Yuuto to this world. The next day, everyone held a party to welcome the new year. Yuuto received urgent news that Steinpor was again leading his army to attack the Wolf Clan, so he quickly led his army to the battlefield to confront him. Yuuto had used moving walls to block the Lightning Clan's advance, but Steinpor had prepared an iron umbrella to block all of the Wolf Clan's arrows, which he easily broke through. Smash their strong walls. Before the Lightning Clan was finished, Yuuto received news that Lopter's Panther was also attacking them, and it seems that the Panther Clan and the Lightning Clan have allied themselves. Soon after, Sigrun appeared on the battlefield to fight Steinpor, but he was still so strong that she had a lot of trouble fighting him. The Wolf Clan's troops were already at a disadvantage on the battlefield when facing two enemies at the same time, so Yuuto decided that he would also go to the front lines to increase the morale of the entire army. And thanks to that, the army of the Wolf Clan was able to repel the enemy's attack. Meanwhile, Sigrun's battle with Steinpor was going on extremely intense. And Steinpor easily overpowered Sigrun with her overwhelming strength, but she regained her spirits when she heard that Yuuto had just appeared on the front lines. Sigrun decided to use a technique to defeat Steinpor, and when the two rushed to confront each other, she successfully slashed Steinpor, causing him to quickly order his troops to be withdrawn from the battlefield. The Panther Clan's army was also being pushed back by the Wolf Clan soldiers, and Lopter frantically rushed towards Yuuto to fight with him. Felicia jumped to block Lopter's attack, but he mindlessly kicked his sister away. Yuuto was extremely angry at Lopter's actions just now, so he drew his sword to fight him. And after a tense battle, Yuuto successfully defeated him. However, Yuuto along with Felicia suddenly felt a strange magic, and it turned out that Lopter's sorceress had just used magic to dispel the summoning. Yuuto also realized that he was about to leave this world, so he left his cell phone with Felicia so they could keep in touch, and shortly after that he disappeared in the middle of nowhere. Felicia's grief. In Japan at this time, Mitsuki had just returned from shopping when she suddenly saw a light in her room. And when she stepped inside, she was surprised to see Yuuto standing there. The two of them were overjoyed to see each other again after a long time. And Yuuto tried to contact Felicia again, but the number on the other side was subscribed. Lopter was furious when he heard that Yuuto had been sent back to the future by his witch, as he had always wanted to defeat him with his own hands. And Steinpor was also very upset when his opponent suddenly disappeared. The other girls couldn't hide their surprise when they heard that Yuuto had returned to his world. And before he could regain his composure, the Lightning Clan and Panther Clan continued to attack them. Yuuto was happily walking with his girlfriend, and was walking in the park when Mitsuki's phone suddenly received a call from Felicia. Yuuto was overjoyed knowing that his girls were still safe, but Sigrun was defeated by the enemy so their borders were taken by them. Out of concern for everyone, Yuuto asked Felicia to summon him back to the past. And this time, Mitsuki also asked to go with him, but he vehemently objected because going back to ancient times would be too dangerous. However, upon seeing Mitsuki insisting on going along, Yuuto proposed to her, and Mitsuki happily agreed to his proposal. Everyone held a very solemn ceremony to welcome Yuuto's return. And Mitsuki was also brought to this place with her husband. Thank you for watching the entire video review of the series in this anime. I will leave other videos of the channel here, and don't forget to press the subscribe button along with the bell button to receive notifications when the channel releases new videos.